This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And I'm Shane.
Yes, you are.
Just wanted to make that clear. All right. Well, welcome back. Here's another one. So I did record with my son. You officially have it on your computer.
Yes, I do.
Is it fair to call that a computer? Yeah, it's a computer.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Well, yeah. What else would you call it?
Okay. That was a dumb statement. I was thinking like PC, Mac. For some reason, I was thinking like
Those
PC.
are both computer.
But they're both computers. But, you know, like...
I mean, it's...
I'll just stop talking.
Yeah.
It'd make a really uninteresting podcast if I stopped talking.
Yeah, it would.
Or maybe a better podcast.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work out.
Yeah. For some reason, we didn't have listens. It was weird.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about first? Well, how about this? What did you do this past week?
What did I do? Mm-hmm. A lot of work. Mm-hmm. Reffed quite a bit of soccer. Mm-hmm. Like three days, 5 games.
Wow.
Yeah. That didn't include like just going to like practices and things as well.
Get yelled at by angry parents at all, or
angry kids?
Angry kids, but not parents.
Not parents. Okay. I had parents come up and like thank me for refereeing.
Actually, okay.
Yeah, like no one like yelled at me on the sidelines, which was pretty nice.
That's good. That's
good. Yeah.
Positive.
Positive. Mm-hmm. I tried to shoot some videos for Instagram, but apparently I shot them at too high of a resolution on my camera.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you do to your Instagram? Like, you're having all kinds of issues.
I don't even know. It just doesn't load, work well, whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
It's too high of a resolution. Was it like 4K or do you 8K or what?
5.
Okay.
And so I thought I shot at that before, but maybe it was only 3. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's on a GoPro, mm-hmm. and I have it on there. I'm like, okay, I can see it, but it wasn't downloading to my phone. I'm like, this has always worked. What the heck?
Yeah.
And I Googled it, and they're like, yeah, you might have shot too high of a resolution for it to actually be visible on your phone. Like, your phone just can't keep up.
Really? What age is your phone?
It's an iPhone 12.
Okay.
12
so
Pro.
Not that old. Because
No.
they're going into, what, 15s in a couple weeks? I mean, they're 15 out right now.
15's out right now.
Okay.
So
16 will 13,
16 will probably drop in like September, October, or something like that.
Because I know they're doing their unveil live pretty soon. Like,
sure.
So
of course.
Like Apple does.
Yeah.
And you know what it'll look like?
The same thing.
Like this.
Yeah.
There won't be any difference in it at all, but they're going to talk about it like it's a big deal.
Maybe a new camera.
Yeah. No.
Who knows? Some new chip to make it faster.
I'm sure. Yeah. And they won't slow that one down. Like, they're going to slow ours down.
You know what's funny? I hear that all the time. Oh yeah, the new software is made to slow down your phone. But then why do you need new chips? If you're slowing it down and you have fast chips, why do you need to slow down the phone?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because it's going to be faster anyways.
Yeah.
But true statement, they do nerf phones.
Well, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
like battery life goes down and all that fun stuff and whatever else.
Are you getting echo?
Echo.
Are you having echo in yours?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I'm picking up like echo or like reverb or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out terms with sound and stuff. So
yeah.
I'll move it closer to me. How about that?
Yeah. And then what else? Birthday parties today. Both girls are going to birthday parties. And
like 55 degrees and you did a beach party?
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
I mean, no, it wasn't ours. We went to, it was a friend's.
Oh, you went to one. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, God, it's too cold for that.
I know. You could wear one of those like dry suits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the full body dry suits they wear in like Antarctica. Big orange ones where you're like Stay Puff almost.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Abyss? The Abyss?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, good movie.
It is a good movie.
Have we talked about The Abyss before in here?
We might have.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Awesome movie. The only thing I don't like is that whole liquid rebreathing thing.
Yeah.
Dude, that was creepy. Like that, it kind of gave me a bit of an anxiety when I was younger watching that. Just watching like
I
a
didn't
guy
understand
drown,
it at
basically.
first. Like when I was younger, I was like, "What are you talking about? Like it's amniotic fluid. Like you breathe it when you were in the womb." Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it
Perfectly
looks
makes
like
sense,
they're
doesn't
like
it?
choking.
Yeah. As he's like coughing it up at the end.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But that would be a good suit to wear next time. Especially the water right now is amazingly cold.
Yeah, it's pretty chilly.
It is chilly.
But it was warmer than the air.
True, because it's like 60 something right now. Yeah. Well, it's Wisconsin. Give it an hour, you know.
How about you? Anything fun and exciting?
Well, I did play disc golf 3 times this week.
Nice.
Yep. Got out to the course and I gotta mow that freaking thing again, man. Like, it's so crazy how fast grass is growing around
all
here.
the rain we got.
It's nuts. Like, usually I could wait 2 weeks and cut it and you wouldn't even really notice. So I just cut it last week. And we went and played yesterday and I'm like, it's like to my knees on. It's not that high, but it's like...
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to play 3 times. Had some fun. Not playing well. I am not playing well at all. Like, it's not good. But got to go out and play with like Matt and Mike, and then my son, and then got to play with just my son. And then Sunday. Well, so I guess that's, I don't know if that's technically the, but yeah, so twice for sure.
Sure.
I played. Got some discs ordered, which they know about that already. So those are coming. We didn't receive any of them. Man, shipping is slow right now.
Oh, wow.
We didn't receive any of them. We ordered them
wild.
last Saturday.
You know what? Because I went on DoorDisc.com to like see if they came in or whatever, and I'm like, there's nothing on the website.
We didn't get
nothing
anything.
new.
Yeah, I ordered them like last Friday. And we still haven't gotten either of the shipments. We haven't even gotten a notification from House of Discs.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But other than that, worked. Built a loft in the... So I have like this storage building / shop. And I keep our portable disc golf baskets in the shop.
Oh, okay.
And it fills up like a third of the shop. So I built a loft so I could put all the baskets up on the loft.
Oh,
So the
okay.
loft is like the bottom of it's at 8 feet.
Yeah.
So I have a loft and like there's about just a little of like 6'2" or 6'4" or something like that above it. So then I can put all those up there and
Nice.
regain the shop space, but then I can still take them off. And so the thing you need to do there is build a set of steps, which I've been putting that off because the last time I did steps, which was only like 3 risers that I needed to put into these steps, I went through probably like 15 pieces of wood.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. I sucked at it. Like I even tried to do like stair calculators and all that stuff. Didn't work.
Oh, boy.
It was pretty strange, yeah. So I'm not really confident because this has to go up 8 feet.
Yeah.
And the 2x12s that I need for it are really expensive. Especially if they have to be like 14 and a half feet long. So I'm like, those are really expensive pieces of wood, and I don't want to just mess one up. And
Yeah,
throw like, throw like $40 away, you know? It's like,
Jeez.
so I don't know. So that's that. And then I don't know, just like doing our thing, you know, hanging out with the baby, and let's see, finally got out and took my kids, or I took my kid, just one kid, but we finally went out biking again, mountain biking.
Nice.
But all the trails around here are closed because it's so wet. So, but then that's it. And then what movie did we watch? We just watched a movie recently. Anyways, we watched a movie. We went to the movies and watched a movie.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember what movie it was that I watched. If.
Oh, yeah, you said that.
Did I say that?
I think so.
That wasn't this week. That was last week.
You told me about it.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
You're like, oh, yeah, that's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Worth a watch if you want to go watch it. So, but then that's it. And that's kind of it.
Yeah. You said you watched disc golf. I watched disc golf.
Yeah, we both watched disc golf. Yeah. Yep. So we'll jump into that. I watched some more Paul stuff.
Yeah.
So Paul and Drew put out a movie. I mean, I must be tired or something. But Drew and Paul put out one on YouTube, and I really enjoyed that one. It was a Beaver State.
Yeah.
And they went out and threw, and I mean, it was enjoyable to watch because you don't really see that side of Drew very often, like that submissive side of Drew.
Yeah.
Like kind of the reverent one.
Okay.
And it was really nice to listen to Drew because he's asking Paul some questions and actually saying like, oh, this is when we knew you were the GOAT and blah, blah, blah. Like he goes, because it didn't matter how far you were ahead of people. is like, if you were behind us, we just knew that you were coming. And there was nothing you could do. It didn't matter how far away you were. Like, you were coming, and you just knew that.
Right.
And he was talking about it, like, when Paul was in his GOAT era, like 15, 16, that time. And then Paul goes, because he went hard at the girls last week, right?
Oh, yeah.
At the FPO. And Paul kind of goes back at Ricky here a little bit. He goes, yeah, that was kind of the difference between Ricky and I. He goes, Ricky, like, he would just come out hard and stay there. But if he was behind you, he'd never catch you. That was the difference between him and I. Like, he goes, I could always catch you. And I was like, ooh, man, he's getting at it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I love this. So I'm really enjoying these because, first of all, Paul doesn't do a lot of YouTube stuff. But I think he's losing relevance in his play. And this is my opinion.
Yeah.
He's losing relevance in his play because he's not as dominant as he used to be.
Right.
And he's starting to do YouTube stuff. And he's pretty good at it because he doesn't have much of a filter.
Sure.
And he's a pretty quiet guy. Like, he doesn't really get out there. He's not like
Well, that's
real
just
social guy.
Like, that's early. Like, I think we talked about this on maybe like 2 seasons ago, or like earlier episodes with Paul not divulging much information about stuff and like
anything really.
Yeah, he's just
like the Paul and Brody thing. Like, he didn't really talk about it.
No. Right.
Brody loved to, but he didn't. So, but it's nice because he's starting to open up about stuff. Like, he's starting to talk about past things. And then they talked about like the whole chess.com thing. And then they talked about, like, he talked about like, he kind of got real with sponsorships and people. And he goes like, there's not many people in disc golf that companies just want to sponsor people. He goes, we're very fortunate with our manufacturers wanting to sponsor us, but like, what makes people like Nike want to sponsor anybody? Like, they're not going to sell anything. You know?
Right.
So it was really cool to hear kind of some of that stuff and like his business logic behind a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he talked about how he designed discs.
Okay.
And that has his grandfather, I guess, was an architect or something like that. So he was familiar with like CAD design and stuff like that. So he actually designs his discs.
Oh, interesting.
Which is kind of neat. Yeah. So he said, like, in his free time when he was doing stuff, he would just like draw wings of discs, you know, like what he thought they should look like and stuff like that. So it was pretty fun to kind of go through it. I mean, it's good. It's on Drew's channel. It was really good. So I enjoy it, but Paul's like putting it out there, man. Like, and he's interesting. Like, he's not, and he has like these little one-liners all the time. Like, he's just like zinging people. Like, oh, that shot sucked, you know. And he's just like so nonchalant about it. So fun to watch.
Well, I would, during the off season, I would watch a lot of like Drew's videos because he'd be testing and comparing discs and giving like truly pretty honest reviews of things. He's like, it's not for me. You know, I can see why people like it.
Right.
What, you know, whatever it is. I think he was doing like the glitch and, you know, some of these other discs that were like just coming out. He's like, like I can see why people are doing this. Like, through watching his videos, he gets like a lot, you know, he gets a lot of hate from people because I think they think he's like bro-y and like kind of
he is.
Yeah, right. Like,
just fine.
Yeah, or he's Drew. Like, it's just how he is. He rubs people the wrong way. But like, sometimes I like listen to him. Like, he has good stuff to say, but I think he gets a lot of hate for whatever reason. Like, I don't know.
Well, let's speculate on the reason. I think it's because he's probably one of the only conservative golfers that's outspoken.
Sure.
And I think that's a lot of it, where he's like very hardcore on very traditional values, and, you know, he like doesn't like taxes or government, and he was very outspoken about that stuff for a long time. And he was kind of when who was the other one that did that? Katrina Allen's.
Oh, Austin.
Hannah, right?
Yep.
And he did that, but he well overshadowed Drew Gibson. But I think it was all about that same time, and he started getting it. But I've been around Drew, not as in a, hey, how you doing, Drew? Just in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
And when you listen to him talk, he's a bit different. You know, like
I get that vibe.
He's very Drew. You know, like he's very much about Drew. Like, that's fine. I mean,
maybe that's what it is too. Like, the self-centeredness.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of ego there.
Yeah. Definitely. Ego is a good word. I was going to say arrogance, but perhaps a little bit of that as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think we all have a bit of the narcissism at points and things like that, but I think that's maybe his primary, personality there.
Yeah.
Is kind of having that self-centered, but never been around for a long period of time, never spoken to him personally, never anything like that. So he could be a very fine guy, but when he's presenting himself through business and through YouTube and stuff like that, you kind of catch that vibe.
Yeah.
The interview with Paul, completely different. I didn't catch that vibe with Paul.
Okay.
Because he wasn't like, oh yeah, and and then he would go on a story about himself. He was straight up just absorbing it with Paul, just having good conversations and stuff like that. So it's refreshing.
Good. Okay.
And he's not throwing discs at TVs in his backyard. That was pretty cool. I loved it. The one where he threw the Supra, the first run Supra before they redesigned it.
Yeah.
I loved it because he hated his own disc. It was so fun to watch because he was just like, well, it's not exactly what we were planning on designing. And he's out there throwing it in Arizona in one of the green belts.
Yeah.
It was a good one to watch because he's it's Drew. He's so honest about stuff, whether you like it or not, he's so honest. So that was good. So speaking of sponsorships, we missed it. You brought it up, but we talked about Kristin Tattar.
Oh, yeah.
And her new branding and all that fun stuff.
Right.
So I went onto the site. Here, I'll pull it up. And where did you see this?
Well, I originally saw, like most people, I think she had a interview with the Upshot, but then on her Instagram, she had a video come up with the company that she worked with that showed her new logo, rebranding, and just what kind of talked about it a little bit. And then I don't know where I saw it, like the clothing line and that type of thing.
Yep.
And I don't remember where I saw all that, but it was interesting. Oh no, it was YouTube. Like the company put out a YouTube video of her talking about everything. Cause like the Instagram clip was it was shorter. It was, minute and a half. The YouTube video was about 8 minutes or so of them like showing everything and talking and all that.
Yeah. And it looks good. So they did a redesign on her site because I was on her site prior to that, like when she was selling, discs and whatnot. And it wasn't as good. I mean, and it is really good. So they did a real redesign on her site, KristinTattar.com. And it does some stuff where it's really more of a promotional site now rather than a product site, which is really neat. When we first started to go through it just now, I was like, man, I'm not crazy about this site because I can't figure out what to do. But I went to her partners page, and this kind of impressed me. Well, no, it really impressed me. So she lists her sponsors.
Yeah.
And, we all know, we hear about them, but let's go through them real quick.
Okay.
Because who else in disc golf has this impressive of a resume as far as sponsorships go? So we're not talking about like CBD companies. We're not talking about like Door Disc Golf. We're not talking like places like this, like Lat 64. 2017 sponsorship. PAF, which is a gaming company, an online gaming company, a Nordic online game company, and then Nike.
Yeah.
Since 2002 or 2022, and it's the Nordic Nike, and then Porsche of Estonia. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And since 24, and then a supplement company called Ekosh, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, this year. And then Hedon Spa and Motel, New Way, which is the one that redid her logo and designs. And then Air Baltic, pretty darn cool, which is an airline company. And then 24/7 Fitness.
Wow.
And then Rask, which is a law firm. So, those are pretty good because they're not all just disc golf companies. It's not like Whale Sacks. And, you see a lot of players sponsored by a lot of things, but they're all just kind of they're the disc golf companies that are looking to get their products into pros' hands, is what it is, to help them grow their brand. These people don't need help growing their brand.
Right.
They're supporting somebody that is doing something great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm sure like Nike, obviously they have something, but they're supporting a woman athlete, and Nike's very strong into doing kind of some of those alternative supports, and then also women. And I think it's beautiful that like Nike as a big brand is stepping into disc golf, at least apparel on. So, but she's doing some great things. So her new slogan is "Rise in Brilliance."
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Rising brilliance.
Rise in brilliance.
Oh, rise in brilliance.
Yep. Rise in brilliance. So,
I guess it's not befuddling to me, but why rebrand when you're at the top of the game? Like you already because maybe it's refining. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's all it really is, because a lot of athletes have their own merch and things, and we see that, and all that's provided through their companies. Like Latitude would provide her with discs and everything. This seemed more of not like a rebranding, but actually a brand launch for herself, because there's a clothing line, like skirts, tops, whatever. I don't know.
Like tennis.
Yeah, that's kind of what it
deals.
looks like.
Yeah.
And, it's Kristin Tattar brand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like a subsidiary of, another company. It's standalone. Like, it's not like Nike owning Jordan brand.
Right.
This is her own thing, where like, or, if it was through Latitude, like Latitude owned it, then she had her own thing. So this is pretty cool as far as a disc golfer. And if I were a Kristin Tattar, well, I am a Kristin Tattar fan, but if I were a disc golfing woman, Kristin, I would probably buy some of the products.
Right.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Like the designs of the
I think
stuff
you can
looks
pull
good.
it off still, anyways.
Oh, thank you. It's the legs.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all the reffing. It gives you tone legs.
Yeah, for sure. Just running around. But it's weird because being a Nike sponsored athlete, she would have, like she would put her own stuff on the Nike shirts or the skirts or whatever. It's like, well, what are they providing her with after this stuff comes out? Because I'm assuming she's going to wear it when she's out on the course.
That's what I would assume. And that brings up a good point. You're going to...
I mean, you're not really direct competition, but you're kind of in line with some of the same things that Nike was providing you.
I would agree. I mean, some of those like flowy skirts and stuff that she would wear, like the skirts that she would wear, they were all Nike. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look through her shop now to see, but her shop is primarily discs. There's no no clothing.
I don't know when it's launching.
There's some hair ties. Oh, there's a couple shirts, but they're old school shirts.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's part of it too. I think hair ties are going to be part of the line.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. Like, so I like it. I know you said it seems weird to rebrand at the top of your game. I think she was a disc golf brand. I don't think she was an actual brand. Just like anybody else. They took two letters, mashed them up, KT, awesome. Right. Everybody has one
Everybody's
of those
doing that.
And I think she's doing a good job with actually making it a true brand, a true legacy that she can leave behind.
Like Tiger Woods, Jordan, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So when you see those things, I mean, every niche kind of has one. Do we really have one in, like, maybe in the Macbeth logo is the most recognizable at this point? Maybe the Yuli logo?
Yeah.
But outside of that, who else?
Right.
But
they don't have their own brand. Like theirs is all lines of disc or signature items.
Right. Drew Gibson was the only one that's ever tried that so far. Remember the astronaut launches and stuff like that, where you do all those, remember the...
Kind of.
What was it that he did? It was when he first went away and went to an open bag, and he was kind of the pioneer of that. Mm-hmm. Went to the open bag and then started his own Drew Gibson line. You remember? And then he was doing like Jordan logo, like Jumpman stuff. He was doing, I don't know if it was legal, but
right. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
but he was doing all that stuff with the Drew Gibson stuff line. I don't know if I think that company is defunct now.
Probably.
But I remember he was doing the Drew Gibson design, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Something like that.
So But yeah, but I think this is a more complete. I think this is an avenue to see. I want to say relevance, but I think it's more legacy.
Yeah.
An avenue to actually do something more or keep earning money after she retires.
Right.
I mean, because she's what, 34?
No, only 31.
31. Okay, so she's younger.
Or
Okay.
Paige is 33. I think she's only 31.
Okay.
That's what I just saw.
Well, that's not bad then.
No.
Yeah. So, but, she's still, I mean, like, playing at the top of her game, winning the money she's winning, her days are numbered. So she's trying to do something about it. Mm-hmm. And I think the way she's going about it is awesome. I don't know if I've ever heard her say anything bad about anything or anyone. So, but yeah, I'm pretty impressed by it. Like, the whole rebranding thing is pretty good. And there's a lot of really good discs on their site, by the way.
Yeah.
Like some of her special discs. Mm-hmm. Like the Grand Slam Championship discs. Like, those have been long gone and it's there. Like the World's Championship. Mm-hmm. Sapphires. Ooh. Yeah, there's some good discs on. So, and then it said, oh, I thought it said something about the new site, but her new logo's up and it's really, really cool. It's a lot better than just that standard KT that she had. So, yeah, so there you go. Anything else to say about that one?
No, that was it.
So now we're talking about Kristin Tattar and Latitude 64. Let's talk about House of Discs. And I want to talk more specifically about molds from House of Discs.
Okay.
So, no mystery that basically they're just recycling molds between manufacturers or between brands, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Really no mystery. Plastics, same thing, doing the same thing. Here's the thing that I'm a bit disappointed about. I don't care about that because honestly, I love their plastics. And a lot of their molds are really nice. And they have done some small tweaks between molds, but for the most part, you hold up a DD3, you can go find the equivalent in all 4 other brands, right?
Yeah.
I am disappointed that in their trilogy challenges, they're just recycling discs now. So like this year is the Escape, the Claymore, and the Maiden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they're probably coming out with new plastics, right?
They're just standard. Like, I mean,
Really?
they're not like Lucid, but
Okay. Because I remember last year, I think for trilogy challenges, it was a Ricky, Matteo, and I forgot who the other person was.
Vandal. So it was
Yeah, but they were Halo, right?
They were all
Or
Halo,
the
yep.
Orbit. Yeah.
Yep.
Warship, I think, was one.
The Warship, the Vandal,
Vandal.
and the, was it a Pure?
Yeah, it might have
I
been.
think it was a Pure. So this is this time a Escape, a Claymore, and a Maiden.
Okay.
And they are just straight up. Oh, hold on. It's a Glimmer Escape, Lucid Ice Glimmer Escape, which I have some of those in the shop.
Huh. Okay.
It's a Burst Claymore. It says Gold Ice Burst, and an Origio Maiden.
I used to putt with the Regio Maidens.
I know there's nothing fancy about it. And the trilogy challenges used to be something where you could get the new mold almost an entire year before they even came out.
Yeah,
right. So they wouldn't even release them until they were done running their trilogy
I feel
challenges.
like the Gold Ice, though, is newish.
No, because they had the VVIP Ice, which is the same thing, and then they had the what was it called? The why can't I think of it? It's not Lucid. It's what's their Fusion Ice.
Oh, okay.
So they've had it. I don't know. I'm just not impressed. And last year, it was the Orbit, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they still there's nothing new about the molds, and maybe they've decided they're working with plastics and not molds anymore.
Maybe.
So-
I mean, they have the Jury. That's a new putter. That would have been something they could have released for this to get it in more people's hands.
I agree, and that's a fairly good putter to have. And that's a pretty overstable putter, isn't it?
I think it's like 2401 or 02.
I think it's a 02. Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's like a Cenis almost.
Sure.
Is what they were saying. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. And I know they're supposed to be coming out with another one pretty soon here too. But you just look at it and you're like, man.
Well, Ricky just had the new, what was it, the General?
Yeah, the General.
Just came out. And that's PD2-ish as far as I know. And they just released the C-Line PD2 not that long ago.
Yep.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. I guess I'm not disappointed. I know I am very disappointed. I'm not disappointed in the products themselves. I'm just disappointed in how they've changed that whole dynamic. Like if you join the Glitch World Champions ship, like you can run an event for the Glitch World Championship. You get a parachute, a pitch, and a parachute and a pitch as your player pack. And they're in like the crazy cool cosmic, plastics and stuff. I'm trying to think of what's the other one. But anyways, everybody's like, they're doing good stuff for why you would want to buy these things. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I'm just not seeing it. I mean, in the Trilogy Challenge boxes anymore. And it used to be like the easy way to get the brand new discs.
Yeah. Right.
And they were pretty sought after. People would buy, like, you could go to the Trilogy Challenge, play, and then usually someone was standing there like, I want that disc, and you could sell that disc right away.
Or trade it for somebody else for whatever.
Like if you like the putter and they like the mid, easy trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just doesn't seem to be the case anymore.
I'm just kind of curious, with in-house of discs, with all the companies, how much more innovation can you have with discs and numbers and things? It's like you've got so many.
Yeah.
It's like, can you go, how much more understable can you go? How much more overstable can you go? Like,
right.
It's just wild.
Yeah. How you can't go full tilt. Like, what's going to top that?
Yeah.
So, and then I guess it's also frustrating, not frustrating, but it's a bit weird too to see, like, the Supreme plastic is beautiful. It's my favorite plastic there is. But how many times can you throw a Ricky stamp on certain discs and hope they sell? Like the Felon, how many times has Ricky's stamp been on Felon? Mm-hmm. And how few of them have sold? Like,
I don't know. Because I had the first run Ricky Orbit. Yeah, it must have been Orbit Felons. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I thought those were going to be pretty sought after, but I don't think they are anymore.
No, they're not.
And then I think he was trying to make the new Orbit, like the new Ricky Felons, be a little more overstable than what they were. And then he's got, now the General. So I don't know what else he's got lined up.
So he has a Supreme Burst Sake Bomb, like it's a Raptor Legs Felon, like a Raptor Felon coming out. That one. And then he has, I guess Matty O has the Hatchet coming out. And Raven Klein has the Escape, which that looks good. There's really no new molds coming out. Like, they're trying to push the Culprit, which was a flop and a half, the Culprit, which is a suspect.
Yeah.
I don't really notice a big difference. I think one's beaded, one's not, maybe, because I've thrown both of them, and there's really no big difference. In my humble opinion, I don't think there's a big difference between the two of them. Maybe one's a little faster, but maybe the Culprit's a little more overstable. I don't know. But they're doing a Lucid Ice Orbit Culprit. So, it'll be a good-looking disc, and if you throw the Culprit, that's awesome, but, like, I don't know.
Maybe I haven't been paying much attention, but I haven't really seen Team Series discs from DD.
No, just they did drop them. I'm trying to think.
The only reason I think of this is, like, I haven't seen Kona in a while. Or, like, because they're trying to make her even when she had the cancer thing going on, they were trying to make her like the face of their social media and stuff. But I have not seen her do much on social media. I think she's helping with the Party podcast. Her and Christine are doing it because Hannah's obviously kind of doing more motherhood things.
Yes. Yeah.
But other than that, I really haven't seen much of her.
Yeah. Team Series, they don't actually have any products under the Team Series tab.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh. We're like almost maybe halfway, a little close to.
Yeah.
And you're not dropping team series discs?
Yeah. Which it doesn't surprise me because they never sell. They don't have anybody
Sure.
that moves diffs. So they have signature collection. They only have 3 signature collections. It's Wysocki, Orem, and Tattar.
Yeah.
So, and if I remember rightly, man, why is my mind going blank? You just said her name.
Kona?
Kona's, I thought she was supposed to have a signature line. I thought she was supposed to get 3 discs in the very beginning.
Maybe.
And they never came out with any.
I mean, she had the Halo or the Orbit Escapes.
Escape, yeah.
I feel like there was another disc. But
Geez,
maybe
probably
not.
an Explorer because they put everybody's name on
Yeah,
Explorer.
that could be.
Yeah, so Matt Orem has Prince.
Yeah, right. That was supposed to come out.
Yeah, and the Pine, a Harp, and Pine and a Harp. So Prince, a Pine, and a Harp.
Okay.
And the Prince is out.
Fast.
It is fast and overstable.
Is it
so
13?
It's a 13503.
Okay.
And then Tattar has obviously the Grace, like 7 types of Grace, Pures and St. Pros,
Yeah.
Claymores.
Jeez.
Yeah, she's got a lot of stuff. Explorers, of course, and St. Pros. So she's got a bit. And then Wysocki has the General, the Slammer, the Felon, and the Enforcer, Raider. Raider, Orbit Felons. I'm just looking. So they have the new Ignites, which is a cool. It's the glow on the rim. So when they do the orbits, they do the glow in the orbit, which is cool.
That's cool.
He has a harp. Yeah, the Slammer, Dagger. I mean, he's got a ton of discs. The General.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raider. I mean, yeah, he's got a ton of discs.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Got to recoup those expenses.
Yeah. Their Ignites, though, are 45% off right now because they were retailed at $32.99 and they're $17.99 back where they should be.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've only seen that on Innova. Innova did it with some Halloween Orbit or Halo stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
This is pretty. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
pretty.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, but, they have some good stuff. But it's interesting to me to see the direction of House of Discs. And I think once they get the ball moving, I think it'll be just fine. But after they combined everything, I think they're just stumbling a bit, So I hope I see them, because I know we talked about this a lot about the Walmart of disc golf, and we've talked about Lat 64 kind of taking over a lot of stuff. And we kind of talked about this well before they even officially made it official that they're making everything, basically.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to lose the individuality of each company. And it's just going to become kind of that conglomerate. Like, it is what it is, which is what's happening right now.
It seems like it.
I mean, you can only take so many plastics and name them something different when they're coming out of the same bin, before it just ends up being something that's,
True.
just gets overrun. So, yeah, I don't know. So I think those are the couple things that I wanted to talk about. And you brought up a couple things, like Nate Doss.
Yeah.
The man that said he would never play again.
Yeah. Came back at Beaver State Fling after 6 years of being away. Well,
Yeah.
not away from competing.
Yes.
Obviously, we hear him on Disc Golf Network and whatnot, but he did fine. He placed 71st overall.
Okay.
But he shot a +2 first round, 4 down on Saturday, and then I think it said he shot 1 down today. Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
not bad.
For being away for 6 years.
Yeah. And he's an old dude. Like, throw up the air quotes. Like, he's an old dude.
Qualifies for Masters now.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, in disc golf terminology, you're considered an old dude playing Masters.
Yep. And, with him, I would be more interested to see how his card mates did, because I feel like my game would go to absolute crap if he was on my team, if he was on my card.
Oh, sure.
I just, like, because Would he Madden it in a card? Like, is that him? Was he gonna Madden it in the card like he does in? Can you imagine if he like threw a shot and like, well, Nate threw that and he wasn't expecting the direction it went. he should have put a little more Annie on that one now, Terry.
I'm curious who's. So I think he showed up on coverage a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't see it because I wasn't on DGN. I was just watching Jomez on YouTube. But I'm curious who we got carded up with, and the interactions on the cards. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It'd be cool. Like, it'd be pretty nice if you got paired up with some people that you used to play with. You know,
yeah, some of the old dudes.
Yeah,
were there a bunch of old dudes there?
Yeah, fairly.
Well, I mean, like, you could pair them up with like Germ and Macbeth and like all those guys.
Right,
Sexton. Yeah, all those guys that were playing when he was playing. Yeah, so I mean, so it's kind of harkened back to like when did you start watching when he was playing?
Just a little bit after, I think.
Okay, so I remember watching like the Memorial, and I can remember very distinct shots and watching Nate Doss, and I think he actually won the very first tournament I ever watched.
Oh wow!
And I don't remember. I must have watched it on YouTube, and I'm sure it was like recorded, or maybe it was like one of my RAs, Matt, and I don't remember his last name, but he was a huge disc golf nerd, and he had like the DVDs of disc golf. So it might have been on one of those, but I remember watching those type of things. I didn't watch many of those, but yeah, so Nate is one of those like, you're like, oh, that's cool to see him play. And there's no, like, I'm not bashful to say that I think he's a horrible commentator. Like, he's one of the guys that it like mutes. Like, it's hard to watch. I mean, it's agonizing to watch him in coverage for me.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't take away from him. Like, he's he's a Hall of Famer, like, through and through. Like, takes nothing away from him as a disc golfer. I just mute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we've brought it up many times.
Yeah. So,
so it goes.
Good for him though. I mean, and he did really 71. I mean, that's better than Brody Smith. I don't know if Brody
wasn't there. No,
but it would have been better than Brody Smith for sure.
Somebody brought it up I think he had a post on Twitter. He's like, just so there's no speculation or rumors, I'm at home watching our dogs. Well, my wife is like moving to Vegas because I think she renewed her contract with the Raiders or whatever.
Yep.
And they're like, God, what a guy. He stays home with the dogs while his wife goes and moves out, or like something like that.
You can be my hero, baby. We are going to get demonetized for that. We already are.
Yeah, there's no monetization.
There's no monetization. All right. Holland Handley. Should we just like give it up to her and just say you're awesome? And so Holland Handley won her very first Disc Golf Pro Tour event.
Yeah. In
not a bad fashion, if I remember looking at the scores right.
Nope, she tied with minus 19, I believe. Owen shot her rating for the tournament. Holland shot, I think they both shot 987, which was like 10 points higher than Holland's average right now, I believe.
Okay.
And so it was cool to see. She played really well. Like, I didn't watch a ton of the FPO coverage on Jomez, but really like the course, Milo, and like both ladies, her and Owen, played well.
Yeah, and so they won. Holland won in how many holes for the playoff? Well, I guess I could look on the playoff tab. So it looks like they went just one hole.
Okay.
Yep. So it was the first hole. Holland got a 3, and Owen obviously did not finish. So she must have bogeyed it, but she got a birdie. Holland did, so 19 under. And that's awesome. So, I'm a huge fan of her. I think we just talked last week about how I think that she will probably be the next 1,000 rated disc golfer.
Sure.
And as a matter of fact, you had talked about possibly seeing Owen as being the next 1,000 rated.
Right.
So there you go. There's those two right there. And they went pretty darn quickly through the field. So 3 over Natalie Ryan was third, and Missy Gannon was fourth, and they cleared both of them by 3 and 4 strokes respectively. So that's awesome. But let's not taking anything away from that win. Where are the big names?
Well, Paige not there this
Yeah,
weekend.
Kristen's not there.
Yeah.
Katrina's not there.
Yeah. Katrina's got the baby shower going on.
Yeah, baby shower's going on. It makes sense. So some of the bigger names, but look at Rebecca Cox up there. So
Yeah, Rebecca played well. She had a good she was on coverage. Yeah, like the notable people missing are the Europeans, like Hannah,
Evelina,
yeah, Kristin, obviously. Silver Sardin, she took down a DGPT silver event this weekend, so she wasn't there. So I think a lot of the Europeans probably just staying home, getting ready for that European swing that's coming on, getting used to being home and touring around there.
Kona played.
She did.
We were just talking about Kona.
Yes.
Yeah, she played 38th.
Okay.
So
Cash line is 24, so.
yeah, there was only 48 total. But she wasn't horrible. She was 10 over.
Okay, yeah.
Not bad. So she was only 29 points behind, or 29 strokes behind. So, yeah, but good for her. About Holland Hanley, I'm super excited, super proud. That's awesome. Keep at it and just play just a couple strokes better so you can get over that 1,000 mark.
Yeah, right.
Make it so much more satisfying for me.
Like, this is crazy, too, because Own finishes here. Masters Worlds is starting Tuesday in Kansas, which I'm assuming she's going to go.
She was there last year, too,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
And so to finish here, I'm assuming she got a flight immediately to be able to get to Kansas. Mm-hmm. Practice tomorrow as much as she can.
Yeah.
And then for 5 days,
Go
play
play
disc
in
golf.
the wind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
At the new, was it Champions Landing? Is that what they're calling it?
Landing. Yeah, that's what they're calling it now, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, kudos to her. I don't know, I'm assuming Jen Allen's going to be there and,
Right.
whoever, I can't think of, Holcomb. And
Holcomb, yeah. And trying to think of the one that got everybody or got in trouble because she tattled on somebody. What was her name? Oh, why can't I remember her
Elaine.
name? Elaine King. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
But there's a lot of that out there. So, but it's going to be fun to watch. And then you get the old folks out there. I wonder if McRae's going to go there this year.
Oh, I don't know.
I've been seeing him post a lot about cornhole.
Really?
Yeah. He's been playing cornhole. So,
Wow.
I don't know professionally.
Yeah.
But I've just been seeing some cornhole action going on.
Okay.
So, yeah. So then
I wonder if EMAC will play.
cornhole?
No. Yeah. I could see EMAC being a big cornhole.
I could see him being that way. He
Yeah.
was a big fishing guy for a while.
Yeah, he
I
was.
haven't seen him.
He had a lot of fishing stuff going on on his social media for a while.
Yeah.
But I think he's pretty. He might be firmly intact. He's pretty busy with Emporia State being disc golf coach.
Oh, yes. Yep.
So I don't know if he'll be
So
doing the tournament.
I don't know if you have ever noticed. If you go to Eric McCabe's Instagram and just look at his profile, he has coach, professional disc world championship, 2-time PDGA major champion, Kansas City Flying Discs Hall of Fame, disc golf course designer, and head coach at ESU DG disc golf team.
Yeah.
What's the one thing he does not mention at all there?
Dynamic discs.
Anything about dynamic discs. And if you have noticed in most of his most recent posts, he's still throwing DD,
Yeah.
but he does not wear DD stuff at all. And he used to be just always in DD.
Right.
Now, he still does stuff you'll see some posts with him and Zach Melton and all that stuff, but you just don't see him in DD stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I wonder. Because I know he's part of the design team still. He's still listed
Right.
on DD's site. all that stuff. But man, he is not pushing very hard like he used to. So just figured I would throw that one out there. But they're still making the EMAC Truth. They're still,
He's still considered on the world championship team on DD's website. So
yeah. But he's not doing a good job of promoting it.
Well, yeah, it is what it is.
Yep. So we should go into MPO.
Oh, yeah.
So Mr. Burr, Gannon Burr, he is our winner.
Back to back in the Northwest, Pacific
Yeah.
Northwest.
And we were just talking about how he doesn't have that many, and he probably just doubled his, in the last 2 weekends, he doubled his DGPT wins.
Yeah, I think he was up by more than 100 points in the DGPT standings. And then came back. Luke Humphreys was in the lead going into the final round. And I think Luke had the lead going into, I want to say, hole 11. And Gannon was a couple shots back, but Luke might have double bogeyed a hole.
Oh, ugh.
Yeah, and Gannon came from behind. Calvin was playing well. As Calvin, Luke, Gavin Rathbun, and I forgot who else it was on the lead card for final round. But
Would have been Ezra Robinson. Or?
yes, I believe that's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, so 23 over or under. And then and all the names were there. So this is not like, it's not a qualified win.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
We're not qualifying this by saying nobody was there to compete. Like, you look in second and, tied for second and fourth is Wysocki and Heimberg. And then right behind that is Kyle Klein and then Tila, Babcock. I mean, Humphreys. Wow, Humphreys really fell off.
Yeah,
as
he
that
did.
Was the case.
So
Holy
he took a 9 on a par 5 on the 17th hole and dropped.
Dude,
Absolutely dropped.
Look at Yuli, 15th.
Yuli's been playing well. Mm-hmm. He has been. Last week he played well at what was it? I can't think of it. Not OTB. It was
I know we talked about it though.
Sure. My memory is so bad now.
Hold on. Wait. Did I write it down? No, of course I didn't. I just have Isaac Robinson and Anna Castine. Okay. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyways.
Yeah.
Beaver
Anyways.
State Badger. No. Anyways. So. Yeah. Well, and another one to Eric Oakley 20th. What? And Eric Oakley's 1019 rated now?
Oh,
He's climbing because wasn't he? He went sub 1,000 for a little bit.
he was. I don't know if he was sub 1,000, but he was definitely crawling down towards 1,000.
Okay. I first swore he went sub 1,000 for a bit, but
Dang.
Ezra Aderhold 12 under, but 34th. P. McBee is 43rd.
Yep.
Dude, there were a ton of people tied for 34th. Yeah. And then the other one that I wanted to mention was Mr. Coling. He's down there. Sexton 61st, and then Nate Doss 71st.
And then last year's champ Eagle tied for 12th. Tied for 12th.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't no slouch of a field. I mean, it was a great field. Chandler Fry up there, which is, this is that course that kind of levels out players a bit because it is a techie course, short.
Yeah.
Shorter.
Yeah,
There's still some long holes.
Oh,
but-
yeah. There's, what hole is it? Hole 3 or... second hole. Almost 1,200.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a lot of people throwing down rollers. Like, when I was watching coverage, it was like everybody tried to throw down a thrower.
Something to get some distance. Yeah. And then it's the home of the Philobotros.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. That's what I thought of when I was watching it. I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the home.
Dude, that tree is a lot bigger now, though. A lot of them are all a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if it's possible anymore with how big that tree, the one that he kind of looped around.
Yeah,
How much bigger and how much more
foliage.
Yeah, and how much
thicker.
more isolated that basket is now. How much more hidden it is now. So that's pretty cool, though. You like seeing these disc golf courses mature over time and kind of see how they change. And I'm sure trees go down, trees, like they grow up, get thicker and bigger. And so
wild. 5 of the top 10 all Discmania players. Like,
ooh, wow.
Gannon, Kyle, Nicholas, Gavin Babcock, and Casey.
Yeah, sure enough.
Wow.
Who's Luke Taylor? Who is that? Luke Taylor is I've
heard his name before.
He has 40 career wins, $37,000, 1026 rated.
Solid.
He's from Michigan.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, a Northern disc golf player. He's got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins this season already. I mean, all B tier, A tier, but good for you.
That's
Estonia. ES. What is ES tier? What's ES tier?
Elite Series.
Elite Series. There you go. Oh my goodness. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I'm more mad at myself for. Okay, so Elite Series, he's not doing awesome. This is his best Elite Series finish, but he got 10th in Portland.
Okay.
So, good for him. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know who he's sponsored by, though. So
I don't know either.
I was just trying to figure that out. Because he doesn't have any, gear on in his picture. Who are you sponsored by? So, anyways, because if he was no, I doubt he would be a Discmania guy.
I don't think he is.
I think he's a non-sponsored guy. I think he's an open bag guy. Good for him. Maybe. So, all right. Well, anything else fun or exciting?
Not that I can think of. I think we got a little bit of time off here before the Preserve. The Preserve is the June 21st. Guessing there's probably some Q series in there, and there's going to be some European events to be had. But yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see what happens in between there. I think Paige, is taking some time off before. I think she's going to Preserve, but she was going to do, from what I had heard, stopping at Discraft.
Okay. So be up here in Michigan or up in
and
this
she
area.
and Bob, from what I heard I was listening to Smashbox a little bit. They're going to do some kind of doubles.
Like Julio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Julio.
They're
going to do some kind of doubles event where I think it was at Am Nationals that happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This past
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to go to Toboggan, shoot the course, and if you play doubles and beat them, you get a special disc or something.
They did the Beat the Beast the year I went.
Okay.
And that's how I got that pre-run, the Onyx that we had.
And I think she was putting out some, the Drive, that's her new disc.
Okay.
And she, I think, was selling those and stuff at Am Nationals.
Okay. That's a good place to sell them.
Or amateur world champion.
Am Worlds, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Am Nationals.
Am Nationals, yeah.
Am Nationals is what it is, yeah. All right. So the one shout out we have to give, if Chris Cares None, the Instagram channel, and I'm pretty sure he's on TikTok too. Yeah. But it's hilarious. Go on there and just enjoy for what it is. But he's a big black guy with a big beard. And he always talks about, hey, white people, why you always, what do you say? Gatekeeping. That's what it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. He said, why are you gatekeeping disc golf? So he's done a couple videos on disc golf. And this dude, truly knows nothing about disc golf. And it is really funny. He is hilarious.
God, Portland Open, that's what it was. How stupid.
I even said it, too.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris Cares None. It's really good. He's hilarious. So I'm sure if you're a disc golfer, you've probably seen him already. But go check him out. Chris Cares None. So, all right, man. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
No? What do you got coming up for this week?
More soccer.
More soccer. All right.
Baseball, doubleheader tomorrow.
All right.
Down in Sturgeon Bay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know what else.
My kids were there for the doubleheader. I was not.
I saw Malachi and Gabby there.
Yeah. Were they creating ruckus or?
No, they weren't too bad.
Oh, good.
I think I came late the last game because we were playing volleyball.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get some disc golf in this week. Trying to fit it in.
I missed league this week. And I'm not too disappointed I didn't because it was raining almost the whole time.
Yeah, right. It was nasty.
Dude, yesterday we were playing. And do you know that black wall of clouds that came in?
Yes.
And it just like opened up and then left?
Yeah.
We were disc golfing when that happened.
Oh, really?
We were so soaked.
Yeah, I saw it. Like, Lulu and I went to go get ice cream or something. And I had the top off my Jeep. I'm like, hey, we got to go. Daddy's got to put the top on his Jeep.
Oh, man. Is it like, can you slide it forward? Is it pretty easy or is it?
Yeah, it's like, it's just 2 panels that like I can take off the front. I didn't have it all off, but you just like clamp it down, do some stuff. And it's easy. It takes less than 5 minutes to put on and off.
Good.
I'm pretty good at it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, we were just like, we were on hole 16. We were like right in the middle of the fairway of 16. And I look over and I go, holy moly, what is that? And all of a sudden you felt like a cold blast of wind. And it was like, it went from like 70 to like 61.
Oh,
like,
it dropped fast. Yeah.
And like instantly, like it was almost like someone opened a refrigerator door. Like,
yeah.
And you're like, what just happened? And then no more than 3 or 4 minutes later, we were like I think we were on 17 when the downpour actually happened. We were standing in the middle of the fairway at 17, and then all of a sudden, like, we're like, oh, there's nowhere we can go or to.
Yeah, right.
We're just soaked. So we'll just, because we were debating, should we just run back to the car? And I'm like, at this point, who cares?
Yeah, you're going to get just as wet.
Weird. So,
yep.
So, yeah, that was a good one. So, yeah, so I think this Thursday, with all that being said, this Thursday, I take my daughter down to my alma mater, Concordia University, Wisconsin, and she is doing a basketball camp there.
Oh, cool.
So, and it's funny because it's a basketball camp that I used to do the housing for when I worked there because I was a summer service coordinator. Yeah. And it was one of the ones that I used to work there for. And I used to think it was so crazy that all these people would just drop their kids off at a college for a week. And I'm like, let's go drop our kid off at a college for a week.
Yeah, right.
But they do a really good job there. They've always taken very good care, and their security's there really awesome. So I'm not too worried about it. And then, so I might be home by league time, but probably not. Because it's like 3 hours there, and then drop her off, and we drop her off at noon, and it's like 3 hours back. And then I'm sure I'll stop and eat like as many McDonald's burgers as I can and do stuff like that. You know, the responsible things. Responsible things. So hit every quick trip I can. No, actually, what I was thinking about doing was potentially going by Riverside. And go hit Sandy Knoll up because I haven't played that course in forever.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Go see Josh and go have some fun. So
cool.
Outside of that, I don't have any other plans. Anything inspiring to leave us on?
Big.
Are you sure?
No.
You're not sure?
No, yeah, both.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I don't have anything either. Dr. Pepper has a new flavor, coconut cream. Go try it. I haven't yet.
Oh.
But I looked at it and I did the same thing. I was like, ooh, maybe not. Like, what are we doing here, folks? Yeah, so... And then if you've never tried the energy drink Zoa.
No.
Have you tried that yet?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Are you not doing the caffeine still? Or are you trying to?
Yeah, no, I'm not big on energy drinks.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. Yeah.
No, believe me, I like caffeine.
Yeah, you have
coffee,
to.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
just coffee.
Yeah.
Because you used to drink the bubblers a bit.
I did.
No more bubblers?
No, off them.
All right. So, yeah, but, well, if you want to, that's a good one. Because I was looking through the stuff and, like, I was hearing something about, like, Celsius has poop in it. And then cyanide or something like that. And I'm just like,
Alyssa was asking me about Celsius the other day. She's like, what is it? I'm like, Paul Macbeth drinks it. I don't know.
Only the best. You know, he started drinking it and didn't win after that.
Oh, it's the poop.
You know, it's the poop. Because I haven't been playing very well either.
Oh,
and
man.
I've been drinking Celsius. Oh,
dang.
Man.
Where did you hear that?
So, you know how Instagram is or TikTok or whatever thing. No, not TikTok because I don't have TikTok. But it was one of those reels I was going through.
Okay.
And they were like, see this ingredient? The only thing that disappears in is human fecal matter. And I'm like, Shut up. It is not true. And so, like, I didn't want to look it up because I didn't want to be disappointed because I really like Celsius.
Yeah.
So I started, like, in the back of my mind, not accepting it, but kind of accepting it. So I'm trying different drinks.
Okay.
And Zoe was pretty good, which is, I think, the Rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson's stuff. So, and I was gonna try Prime Energy. I just couldn't do it.
Oh.
I couldn't do it. I don't know what it is about Prime Energy. I just can't. It's the Prime thing, and it's the whole like Logan thing. The Paul. Mm-hmm. It's Logan that owns it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jake's the fighter.
Yeah, Logan's fought a little bit too.
Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Tyson and Jake. What do you think?
I heard there's some weird rule where Logan's allowed to join the match for like a couple minutes or something weird like that. I don't think it's true or not.
Is it like tag team or?
Yeah, like,
like we're doing WWE?
There's something really weird where it's like
Okay.
he got to like have 3 minutes during the match where like someone else could like come join. I was like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I've seen videos of Mike Tyson. He keeps up with training.
Dude.
He's
scary.
He is. For 60 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Was he like 57 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Like, what?
I would never step in the ring with a guy like that.
No way. I don't care if you're a young fighter, like in your prime,
Right.
quotes. I don't know. Jake, who's the guy that beat him? Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury, yeah.
Yeah.
His brother. Yeah, it was Tommy. Tommy's his brother, right?
Tommy is Tyson Fury's brother.
Yes, that's right.
And yeah, I think he beat him. As far as I don't know, maybe that's not true. But then he fought. What was it? Mayweather, like a bunch of other like
those
kind
are
of celebrity.
all
Exhibitions, yeah. And so that's kind of like stat padding,
right?
A little bit. So it'll be interesting. It's gonna be on Netflix. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you have to pay. If there's gonna be some kind of fee on top of your regular Netflix fee that you have to.
No.
There's some other undercard fights that were announced too that I don't remember who they were.
Because I know they did a different date. Like they've been moving stuff around because of Jake Paul and.
Well, because there was another rumor that I heard that Tyson was going to back out. I don't think that's true.
No, Tyson's like all in it. Yeah.
Okay.
So he lost a split decision to Tommy Fury back in February. Nate Diaz by unanimous decision beat him. He also KO'd Ben Askren.
Yes.
And then who was the other one? Oh, KSI. No, KSI was the other guy he fought. I think that was like way in the very beginning.
It could be, but like KSI is partners with Logan in Prime.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe
I want to say maybe I don't remember who else he fought.
I know KSI
fought,
but I don't know.
Then he fought. He did the however you say that word, exhibition against Mayweather.
Yeah.
And they weren't allowed to hit each other in the face.
Yeah, that was
on
weird.
that one. So I'll give you my opinion real quick. Tyson. So here's my 2 cents on Tyson. Tyson has been there, done that, and dude is a maniac. Mm-hmm. Jake's not a maniac.
No.
Not like Tyson is.
No.
And Tyson's got old man strength. Plus, he's got like the best boxer that's ever lived strength. You don't just lose that skill.
No, especially when you stay on top of your training.
Right.
Like
Tyson was what, 220, 230 when he was fighting, right? In heavyweights?
Probably.
So he was a lighter heavyweight, but dude was like a lightweight with his fists. Like he could throw them so fast. I remember watching him when I was a little kid, like because we were watching the Holyfield fight live, and so he had lost to. Why can't I think of his name?
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas. He had lost to Buster Douglas. Then he got it back, and then he went and got the title fight with Holyfield.
Bit his ear
off.
Yeah,
yeah, and.
Or was that Tyson versus Holyfield too?
That was 2.
Okay.
And then because Tyson Holyfield, that was when Tyson got the belt from Holyfield, was 1. And then Holyfield came, if I remember rightly, Holyfield came back, and then that's when he bit his ear off.
Yeah.
It was something like that. But after that, he kind of went downhill. But he went like this weird, crazy downhill. Went to jail. Went like let himself
face
go.
tattoo.
Yeah, face tattoo. The bow fat tattoo.
Yeah,
is that who it was?
Yeah.
But like he's crazy. He's crazy. So I watched him with like, what was the Joe Rogan I think it was a Joe Rogan podcast where he was sitting there talking about like fighting.
Yeah.
And just like his mentality when he was talking about Tyson fighting, like when he was talking with Tyson about fighting, like there's something wrong. There's something loose up there with him and fighting. So that's my whole reasoning for saying that Mike Tyson, like there's zero, if it's a real fight, there's no chance Mike Tyson doesn't win.
Yeah. I just remember there's a in-ring interview with him after, I forgot what fight it was. And they asked him something. He's like, I'm an animal. I'll eat your children.
Yes.
Like that kind of thing. You're like,
yes.
Whoa.
Oh, he's taking this for real.
Yeah.
Like and if you've seen their training, like you said, like you watch YouTube videos of Jake training and then Tyson training, like Tyson's training.
Yeah.
Jake is like playing slap with. Like,
Yeah.
Like there's no comparison between their two training. I'm not taking anything from Jake Paul. He whooped me. Like no chance. I mean, no chance I would stand anything against him. But like Tyson, like you may as well just fight Ali. Like in his prime. Like I mean,
Yeah, I know. If Tyson loses, you have to think something's up.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely,
Right? Like,
absolutely. I don't see a world where Tyson wins. I can't fathom it. I don't know how that could happen.
you mean Jake Paul or?
Well, no, I don't see where a world where Tyson doesn't win.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah,
it's a double negative. Yeah,
yeah, it was kind of.
yeah. I don't see. I don't know. I don't see it. And I'm hearing people like even Joe Rogan himself like was saying like, hey, you never know. And I'm like, no way. Like, and I know fights are always unpredictable because you can just catch that one stray punch.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but I'm like, no way. Like, no way. Dude has fought some of the hardest hitters
Yeah.
and never went down. Like, well, he went down once. Buster Douglas was the only one that ever made him wobbly.
Ooh, sure.
But
I bet there's stipulation on glove weights,
sure.
and there's got to be some other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I think they're wearing like 14-ounce gloves.
Okay.
And they're traditionally, or 10-ounce gloves, and they traditionally wear 14s, or 14s, they traditionally wear 16-ounce.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
there's something goofy like that. I don't know. I was looking at some of them, but I know that Jake Paul's actually trying to change some of the parameters now, too, and Mike Tyson's getting pretty pissed off about it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's all part of the act or not. But with all that said, dude is brilliant.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, like, who would talk about Jake Paul if it wasn't for this fight,
Sure.
right?
I think that it always comes up when he has a fight scheduled. Like he's kind of not around, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, fight time, and then like everybody's talking about him.
Right, exactly.
Like his
Exactly.
brother, Logan's in WWE,
Yeah.
and he's a champion. Like
He's a champion right
he's
now?
an intercontinental champion, I think, right now
Is he
in WWE.
good?
He's decent.
Okay.
I don't know who he trains with or who has trained him. The guy can talk. Like he can cut a promo for stuff.
sure.
Absolutely. And he's becoming better in the ring. Like I don't
Is
watch
he pretty divisive?
I
Like,
don't watch wrestling a whole lot anymore. But
Okay.
I see videos here and there.
is his mentality kind of like the Stone Cold divisive, like you love him or hate him? Or is he...
Oh, he's a heel. Like for sure.
Oh,
like
good.
everybody
Okay.
pretty much does not like him. at
Oh,
all.
good. So he's like Eddie Guerrero, right? Because
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero was like that towards the end of his career.
I think a lot more people actually started to like Eddie towards.
Oh, was it the end of his career liked him?
Yeah.
Who was like that? Who was... I'm trying to think of some of the guys that were in the ring that just people absolutely hated. Like Kurt Angle had a long time where everybody
Yeah.
hated him.
Yeah.
Like he used to be like the people's champ. Well, not the people's champ, but he was like always came out in the red, white, and blue
Right.
singlet
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
God, I'm trying to think, man. It's been a long
The
time.
Rock has kind of turned that way now.
He's kind of everybody hates him.
Yeah, like
Really?
the way that with the recent like storylines of like what they've been trying to do in the WWE, like he's not. I mean, people still like him, but maybe not the character of like wrestling like the right now.
Right. What about Cena? Cena's still loved by everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's making more movies. Like he doesn't wrestle hardly at all anymore either.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know.
That's too bad. I liked watching Cena. He was by far one of my favorite wrestlers.
Really?
Yeah, for a long time. Well, I mean, The Rock was like up there, but
Yeah.
you know, when we get to some of the old school, like Ultimate Warrior, things like that,
Yeah.
of course. But I think like modern, it was Mysterio and maybe Cena, like were probably the two.
Yeah.
Mysterio's son, I want to kick him in the nuts. Like, there's something about him. I don't know what it is. And then he took his mask off, and you're like, come on, man. Anyways, I don't know why we went down that hole. I don't watch it very much at all, but like you pick up those clips. Like, you're all of a sudden like, no, seriously? Mysterio's still wrestling?
Yeah.
Dude, he has to be old.
Right.
He has to be old.
Well, he was probably a teenager when he first got into it.
Probably.
Because I remember watching WCW. He lost a match and had to unmask, and he was like a baby face. I don't know how old he was then, but he was young.
Because he's only ever had to unmask twice, right?
Yeah.
And one was like, wasn't the Undertaker like rip his mask off or something like that? Or somebody took his mask off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember a lot of that stuff. Mankind, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Dude. Is he still around? He was like
not wrestling, but like he'll pop. I think he pops in and out every once in a while. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then the Undertaker and Paul Bearer.
Yep.
Man, I'm remembering some old ones. Yeah. I love some of the. Who was the dude that always held the microphone back in the day with like Macho Man and the Hulk, and he was always like the bald, like he had the Friar Tuck going on, and he like a short dude.
Oh, Mean Gene Okerlund.
Is that who it was?
Is that like
they would always pick on him and stuff? They'd like push him around.
Yeah, like the ring announcer guy. Yeah.
Like pre-fights, he'd always hold or after, he'd always hold the mic to him. Yeah. Okay. That guy. So, all right. Well, outside of that, leave him with a pile driver, I guess, huh?
Yep.
All right. Next time you see anybody, all you got to do is give him a swift kick to the groindle region. Is that a word?
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
And then as they bend over, you grab them around their waist, pull them up, and then right on their head. Just drop, right? Is that to the knees or to the butt? So you just
to the knees. That pile drivers are outlawed in WWE now.
Oh, they
as far as I know. Yeah.
Weak.
Someone might have broken their neck or gotten awfully close. Yeah.
Didn't Bret Hart do that? Isn't that how he broke his neck? Or was he the one that fell off the? No, he's the one that died when he fell off.
No, his brother Owen.
Owen Hart, that's who it was.
Yeah.
I think Bret Hart actually broke his neck.
He might have.
That. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So, but that's that.
Yep.
I don't know. You can try it on a bear. I've heard if bears is really effective. You say you either like curl up in a ball, stand still, and don't move, or pile drive.
Power bomb.
Power bomb. All right. With that being said, deuces.
Yep. If you smell.